Check. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Good morning, Philip Adams. All right. Ready? Stand by. Got your phones off? Okay. And a good Saturday morning. Welcome to all you folks listening in over the airways on the Voice of the Blue Ridge, WPAQ. Welcome also to the folks listening on our AM frequency at 740 on the AM dial and FM 106.7. And all you folks tuned in on our YouTube channel, welcome. And thanks for joining us for another edition of the Saturday morning merry-go-round here on WPAQ. And without further ado, I'd like to welcome two first-time guests to the program today. So help me make welcome from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Pickard Mountain.
Thank you, everybody, and good morning. We're very proud to be here in this place with such wonderful traditions. We can feel the music coming right off the walls in here. It's great. So we're going to start it off with a Carter Stanley tune called Say, Won't You Be Mine?
Now I'm
Believe, and Christine Kelsey on the mandolin, and Ann Jessup on the banjo are going to do a duet for us on this one. Mark Scroggs on the resonator guitar, and Jim Malloy on the bass, and I'm Neil Call. I'm going to do a tune that I wrote especially for this occasion because I grew up just up the mountain in Gay Lakes, Virginia, and I used to hang out in Mount Airy sometimes. So I liked it. And this is a song that talks about the regrets of a misplaced youth. It's called What Kept You, Darling? young, too young to marry, but too restless to stay home. I found a job in Fairmount area, spent the summer on my own. There I met a girl so lovely, flecks of gold in her brown eyes, but I left her in Mount Airy, and today I don't know why. Did she find the life she wanted in that rolling land so fair? Or would she say, what kept you, darling, all these years we could have shared? Summer nights we walked the banks of a moonlit silver stream and talked about the kind of life we'd help each other dream. When autumn came, I held her close and promised to return. But years and years have come and gone, and I've been slow to learn. Did she find the life she wanted in that rolling land so fair? Or would she say, what kept you, darling, all these years we could have shared? Did she find the life she wanted in that rolling land so fair? Or would she say, what kept you, darling, all these years we could have shared? All these years we could have shared.
All right, great job from our special guest for part one of the Saturday morning merry-go-round. Pickard Mountain, they're from down around Chapel Hill, Durham area. And right now we'll send things back to you, Philip Adams, and get a word from our sponsor. I believe it's the Surrey Old Time Fiddlers Convention going on over in Dobson today. And we'll be back with more music coming up on today's Saturday morning merry-go-round on the Voice of the Blue Ridge. Thank you so much, Philip Adams. Appreciate you today. And you folks, after the merry-go-round, head on over to Surrey Community College. That's a great festival going on over there, the Surrey Old Time Fiddlers Convention, as you heard Tim Fry say. Began at 11 o'clock as well with a youth competition. That'll go on until 2 o'clock, and then the individual adult competition starting at 3 p.m. and the band contest at 7. And it's all old time, so I hope to see y'all over there, Surrey Old Time Fiddlers. Right now, back to some more great music from the stage of the Earl Theater, featuring this first hour with Pickard Mountain. What y'all got picked out for us next?
We're going to do an old tune that dates back to 1964, written by a man named George Johnson after he took his wife Maggie to a visit to Niagara Falls. It's a pretty old tune, and Jim Malloy is going to sing it for us.
I wandered today to the hill, Maggie, to watch the sea below. The creek and the creaky old mill, Maggie, where we used to long ago. The green roof is gone from the hill, Maggie, where first the daisies run. The creaky old mill is still, Maggie, since you and I were young. Oh, they say I've grown weary with age, Maggie, my steps are but slower than them. My face is a well-written page, Maggie, and time all along was the pen. Oh, they say we have outlived our time, Maggie, as neat as the songs we've sung. But to me you're as fair as you were, Maggie, since you and I were young. Oh, they say we have outlived our time, Maggie, as neat as the songs we've sung. But to me you're as fair as you were, Maggie, since you and I were young.
Thank you. Thank you, Jen. And we're going to do a song by Bill Monroe and Jake Lander. It's called Walk Softly. And Ann's going to sing it for
You say you're sorry once again, love. You want me to take you back once more. You
2. I wonder where you are tonight. Christine Kelsey should sing this one for us.
First-time guests with us for the second portion of the program. Today they're from all the way down in Florida. That's the Lubin Brothers, and I'm going to tell you this, and then I'll leave it at that. They do look quite alike, and I was shocked when I met them face-to-face and found out that they're triplets. So you want to stick around for that. I'm excited to hear their music. They'll be in Greensboro tonight for a show. Right now, we'll send things back to Philip Adams and get another word on from our sponsor. Just a reminder that the preceding part of today's program brought to you by Surrey Old Time Fiddlers Convention, going on now in Dobson at Surrey Community College. We'll be back with more music on the Saturday morning merry-go-round right after this. Thank you so much, Philip. Appreciate you. And we'll let the group do 2 songs, and then we'll update the folks on the weather forecast, if that'll be all right. And just a reminder that this portion of the merry-go-round brought to you by the Surrey Old Time Fiddlers Convention. Back now to our special guest, Pickard Mountain.
We're going to need an instrumental, Ralph Stanley's Clinch Mountain Backstep. right, Jim's going to sing one of the classics of all time, bluegrass, Old Home Place.
Why did they tear it down? And why did I leave my plow in the field and look for a job in the town?
All right, great job, our special guest, Pickle Mountain. We'd like to send that last song out, if it'd be all right, to Sue Nestor. She's listening in. I want to tell the folks here on the stage that she was enjoying the merry-go-round program today. And right now, we'll send things back to you, Philip Adams. Give us another good word and then an updated weather forecast. And we'll be back with more music on the Saturday morning merry-go-round right after this. Thank you so much, Philip, and it is a beautiful day out there. If you're in and around downtown Mount Airy, stop by and see us here at the Earl Theater, home of the Old Time Music Heritage Hall. Back now to our special guest for part one of today's program, Pickard Mountain.
All right, we're going to do one of my favorites, I'll Fly Away, which is by Albert Brumley. It's a classic old spiritual tune. Some bright morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to that home on God's celestial shore.
the shadows of its light are gone, I'll fly away. Like a bird from these prison walls I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. In the morning when I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Oh, what joy and how happy when we meet, I'll fly away. No more cold iron shackles on my feet, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. In the morning when I die, hallelujah, I'll fly away. Just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away to that land where joy will never end. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. In the morning when I die, hallelujah, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. In the morning when I die, hallelujah, I'll fly away. I'll fly away.
Thank you. We're going to do another original song by Christine Kelsey, our mandolin player, called Deep in the Night.
Deep in the night, I toss and turn, gone away. What did I learn? What did I say? What did I do? come back to me.
Thank you, Christine. Now I am going to do a piece for us called On Heaven's Bright Shore, popularized by Ralph Stanley and Allison Price.
Out on the hills of glory land, so happy and free at God's right hand, they tell of a place of marvelous grace on heaven's bright shore. Pilgrims on earth someday will go to live in that home forevermore, trusting in Him who died for sin and rose from the grave. On heaven's bright shore, will be no more dying. Over there, not one little grave, in all that fair land. Not even a tear will dim the eye, and no one up there will say goodbye. Just singing His praise through endless days on heaven's bright shore, on heaven's bright shore. When I must cross that rolling tide, there be someone on the other side, welcoming me to that fair land, made perfect by love. When I walk up that milky white way, I'll see the homecoming in array. How great it must be for angels to see a pilgrim reach home. On heaven's bright shore, gonna be no more dying. Over there, not one little grave, in all that fair land. Not even a tear will dim the eye, and no one up there will say goodbye. Just singing His praise through endless days on heaven's bright shore, on heaven's bright shore. Just singing His praise through endless days on heaven's bright shore.
Thank you so much, our special guest, Pickard Mountain. We'll take one final break in this first hour of the program and send things back to you, Philip, here working this upcoming sponsor of the next part of the program today. That's Price Power Equipment over in Elkin, North Carolina. And we'll be back with more on the merry-go-round right after this. Thank you so much, Philip. And I do want to send the program out today to Jerry and Carlene Kane. They're listening in, said they was having fun listen to the folks here on the merry-go-round. Also, Bobby Wayne is listening in, probably with Betty. They're usually listening on the TuneIn radio app. So thank y'all for listening as well. Said they was enjoying the program. And right now, if I'm not mistaken, we've probably got time for 3 more songs. And then we'll take a break for the news and bring up our second guest, and that's the Lovin' Brothers. And you want to stick around for that. Keep your radio dials tuned right here to the voice of the Blue Ridge. Now back to our special guest for part 1 of today's merry-go-round. That's Pickard Mountain.
All right, we're going to do a Flat and Strokes tune called Blue Ridge Cabin Home.
Where I wandered when I was a lad, and I wandered alone from the place I call home in those Blue Ridge hills far away. Oh, I love those hills of Virginia, on those Blue Ridge hills I did roam. When I die, won't you bury me on the mountain, far away near my Blue Ridge mountain home. In the Blue Ridge hills far away, where my mother and I will lay their to rest. They are sleeping in peace together there. Oh, I love those hills of Virginia, from those Blue Ridge hills I did roam. When I die, won't you bury me on the mountain, far away to my Blue Ridge mountain home. I've been longing for days gone by. When I die, won't you bury me on that old mountainside? Make my resting place upon the hills so high. Well, I love those hills of Virginia, from those Blue Ridge hills far away. When I die, won't you bury me on the mountain, far away near my Blue Ridge mountain home. Okay, we're going from that cabin up in the mountains to Columbus Stockade Blues.
Way down in Columbus, Georgia, won't be back in Tennessee. Way down
approaching the top of the hour, so if y'all want to do about a half of a song to end things up on, it's been a pleasure to have first-time guests with us here on the Saturday morning merry-go-round. That's Pickard Mountain. Let's
Make
give
it
another good
fast.
round.
Long gone, yes, I'm leaving. Long gone, I cried. This is what you wanted, baby, and I'm gone, long gone. I have tried to make you happy till you say you've done me wrong. This is it, with forever. I'm gone.
News and weather, and then we'll be back with another hour and a half of music here on part 2 of today's Saturday morning merry-go-round, all the way from the state of Florida. That's the Lovin Brothers. They'll be joining us right after the news. You're listening to the voice of the Blue Ridge. This is AM 740 along with FM 106.7 WPAQ.
Thank you, everybody.
voice will just kind of ample down.
Okay.
I've been myself here.
Okay.
Want to write something with the bass?
Are you prepared to do 3 without taking a break?
Oh, sure.
Hey, this is one of y'all stands, ain't it? I'm sure it is, because it's not ours. With the bass, yes.
Yep.
We probably got about 1.5 minutes.
All right, let's just run the course of progress.
I should have the bass back in 9, okay? So that way if it needs to go up or down, you can.
Just like the river, just like the wind, just like the miles behind this train. So time keeps rushing on, and it's with you, then it's gone. And there's no light at the end of the tunnel for me. Every right is wrong.
What do you think, Patrick? Is it good? Is it good? Hold on. Go ahead. Okay. Okay. All right, we're gonna play one hand. What part? Where are you from, Florida? I got you a water.
West Palm Beach.
What's? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's near my
I don't know what we're doing now.
We're all
Don't judge
a lot of
us.
families we're planning on moving up.
But you're originally from Wisconsin?
No, that's where
We grew up in Iowa.
Yeah, Midwest.
Highway?
In Iowa.
That's it.
Yeah. So yeah, West Palm Beach doesn't feel like it.
Now, I will do some talking in between, but I want y'all to, so this is all I have to give you. And I only had 3, and I knew chances are I might not see y'all again, but I probably will see Ann and her group, and I can get them some next
So
time.
much. I was gonna volunteer. Didn't get it.
Trying to find space on the recording.
Who talks most time?
Probably me the
And what's
most.
your first name?
Joshua.
Josh. I won't say Joshua, although I do many
I
times.
saw you hold yourself back.
I want you to talk, I want you to tell
Oh,
where you
great.
play,
Okay.
where you're playing, where you're going tonight, where you're from, how to pick book and find your music,
Perfect.
all of them things.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, we want you to do that. So we'll go back after this ad, and I told them, I'm sure you played on the radio, but do not take for granted that the mics will be off when we go to the break. It should be, but I cannot guarantee that, so just don't say nothing, you look at the mic. It's hard to do, I do it every
It's just don't talk.
Every. Okay, here we go. Thank you so much, Philip Adams, and thank y'all for sticking around. If you're just tuning in or just joining us, we had 2 first-time guests scheduled here for the merry-go-round, and we're so excited to welcome these folks. They're with us all the way from West Palm Beach, Florida. But when you hear their accents, you're gonna know that they ain't from Florida neither. But that's okay. You folks are in for a real treat. So it's my pleasure to make welcome for part 2 of today's Saturday morning merry-go-round, the Levin Brothers.
Thank you guys so much. Now, Jenny was saying that we wouldn't sound like we're from Florida because of our accent. I thought you guys were the ones that had the accent.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have an accent.
Well, we'll leave that there. But yeah, we grew up in Iowa, and we're the only people in the country that talk normal. What we figured out.
Yeah, actually, everything is normal in Iowa. You realize everywhere else feels so crazy. It's a really laid-back place.
And I realize it's always funny. I'm Joshua. Tom is the one that just talked, and Michael over here. We're triplets, and we sound exactly the same. So it's good that you came out here, you guys, to see us live. You actually know that there's different people talking, not just one the whole time.
How does he interrupt himself?
Yeah, this is an original tune we're about to play. It's called The Progress Express. We realized every folk band needs to do a song about trains, so this is ours. Thank you guys. We do have a recording of that online. If you do Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, whatever other digital things exist.
Yeah, we really dated ourselves. Recently, we were playing an outdoor gig, and these two little kids came out to our merchandise table. And the younger kid said to the older one, "What are these funny shapes here on the table?" I said, "Oh, well, those are DVDs. Back in the day, people used to take these objects and put them into a machine, and music would come out." We're getting old in the business now.
We do sell CDs too, we haven't moved on too modern, I guess. I actually wrote this song while I was up in North Carolina on a much needed reprieve from South Florida heat. And as an artist, you can keep doing your thing and be touring and getting bigger gigs and better venues and all that, and you can do it all without the joy that you had when you first started. And this was a song that kind of was bringing that back for me. It's called Wonder.
Guess I grew up fast, too fast, and never let the grass grow high underneath my feet, till I wanted it all back. Guess I didn't know back then just how fast life goes, and then you're wishing you were 10 again when make-believe made sense. Well, it's time to wander again. It's time to color this gray I'm living in, and learn to love my life again. Says I grew up fast, at last I know she's right, but I figure if I try, this time the clock can turn on back, 'cause I didn't know back then just how fast life goes, and then you're wishing you could start again when living free made sense. Well, it's time to wander again. It's time to color this gray I'm living in, and I learn to love my life again. Well, it's time to wander again. It's time to call
so close to the bottom of the hour, would it be all right for y'all to just go ahead and play a song before we do the weather forecast? Play us one more song before we take a break?
Sure.
All right, great.
Works for us. Yeah, is it top the candy? Oh, sure. So, we grew up in Iowa. We grew up on a goat farm, to be specific. That explains a lot about Tom. He does pretty good on the road now. He's almost potty trained. So.
See, he really trusts me. He can insult me like that and know I'm not going to drop an accordion on him in his sleep.
Well, there's not much you can do for retaliation on stage. So.
Well, we do play quite a bit of festivals, and we were just playing the Florida Folk Festival. We were one of the headline bands there, and Tom and I competed in the duo fiddling competition, and we won. We won first prize. But when I was there, I told everyone in the audience that it wasn't about competing against them. It was really just a proof that I'm a better fiddle player than Tom.
And that's the competition he lost. We're going to prove it in this song.
From our sponsor if we need to, and also take a quick look at the updated weather forecast. And we'll be back with more music coming up on the Saturday morning merry-go-round, featuring our second act, the Lovin Brothers. We'll be back right after this. Thank you so much, Philip Adams. Appreciate you this Saturday morning. And I do want to once again thank our guests on the first hour of the program. That's Pickard Mountain. They came from all the way from Chapel Hill, Durham area to perform on the merry-go-round. And these folks came from Florida. Of course, they're kind of on, I know they're making a lot of stops in and around, well, all over. They said they'd been up to Wisconsin to see their parents, and they're headed to Greensboro tonight. I'll let them tell you a little bit more about that here in a little bit. But let's welcome back for part 2 of today's program, the Lovin Brothers.
Thank you. This song is basically brand new. It's only the second or third time we've performed this one. Actually, I think this tour was the first time we performed it. I wrote it down in Florida, and I definitely had wilderness fever at the time. I have a 5-month-old, my wife and I do, and I was up early with him down in Florida, and I heard a bird singing for the first time in months. And it's crazy. We're in the complex where we live. There's very rarely birds, but we had one bird. It's a mockingbird that had a nest outside of our place. We named him DJ because he was always singing different songs all the time. And he had been gone for months, and he came back, and it about broke my heart when I heard him singing. It made me just feel like, what am I doing down here in Florida? So anyway, a song grew out of it. It's called Far From Home.
I miss the mountain air, early mornings, and you were there, lost in the sunrise mist, 5 a.m., but I didn't care. Now I'm buried deep in the city's lights, a long fitful sleep, and I wonder how I've stayed so far from mountains and rivers, the quiet and calm, and made the fall far from home. A bird sang by my window. It's been a while since I've seen one go. Guess it's time to be packed up and leaving. It's been too long pitching tents for home. Too long buried deep in the city's lights, how long fit for sleep. And I wonder far, far from home. Tomorrow morning I'll be in Carolina. Tomorrow night I'll be outside your door. Spent years chasing dreams, chasing shadows. Been searching, don't matter what for. I'll be back to stay in the mountains and rivers, the quiet and calm, to never fall far from home.
Thank you. COVID season wasn't great for a band, for a non-essential business such as ourselves. The one good thing about it is we wrote a lot of songs, and this is probably the first one I wrote after they told us that everything would shut down for just a couple weeks till things got back to normal. But a month in, we were all a bit stir-crazy. This is Fistful of Wind. So a little bit about us while we're getting reset is we started music when we were 5 years old, so we ought to be good by now. But we're also classical musicians, and down in Florida, banjos are not very popular. So we do our best to make them more popular, but also we are kind of jacks of all trades in music, doing it full time as classical and theater and folk. This is definitely the kind of thing that we care about the most, and we're closer to getting it full time. Yeah.
But we are triplets, and something you do need to know is that I am the oldest triplet. And I'm 3 minutes older than Joshua, 2 minutes older than Tom, and it makes all the difference in the world. So anything good they technically have from me.
You know, people are like, oh, 3 minutes, that can't make any difference. Oh, you bet they do. Those are the longest 3 minutes of my life, for sure.
Well, this is another pair of fiddle tunes, and we just call them Kirkmount tunes in D major because we don't know their names, and we learned it from a band called Kirkmount.
quick break and give the folks here a chance to catch their breath here, and it looks like they're changing up instruments again. Very talented folks here on both portions of today's Saturday morning merry-go-round. Thank y'all so much. We'll be right back with more music coming up here on the Voice of the Blue Ridge, WPAQ, right after this. Thank you so much, Philip. If you're just tuning in or just joining us, you're listening to the Saturday Morning Merry-Go-Round. We're broadcasting live as we do each week. We were on hiatus on the road last week from the Ground Stake Festival. We are here about 50 weeks a year broadcasting from the Earl Theater in downtown Mount Airy, also home of the Old Time Music Heritage Hall. And right now, we'd like to thank Patrick and Robert keeping us going here at the Earl Theater. Thank y'all so much. Also, the Surrey Arts Council and Philip Adams back at WPAQ Worldwide Headquarters. Right now, we do have time. We have about 10 minutes away from the top of the hour. Actually, that's 11 minutes. And I want to mention our sponsor for this portion of today's program, and that is Old Mill Music right up the street. My mom is working hard and she's texting me, blowing my phone up because she doesn't usually work by herself. But anyways, we'll be open until a little bit later this afternoon. And also Cottage Media 11, if you haven't had a chance to like Cottage Media 11 on social media, or also check them out online. They have a lot of great features if you like traditional music and traditional values. That's Cottage Media, the number 11.com. They're also on Facebook and Twitter. Back now to our special guests, the Lovin' Brothers.
Babe, I know this world will make you cold and leave you mad, make you homesick for a home you never had, burning out the good with all the bad. So darling, let the charmers leave the room. They're drowning out that Nashville moon. I wanna know exactly who you are. Then hang me in the toll something's real and no one's standing by your side, you can find me in the Indian nation sky. Well, I'd set ablaze the secrets I conceal, and I'd set ablaze the secrets we conceal. If I can make you feel the way you make me feel, I'd set ablaze the secrets we conceal. And babe, I know this world will have the wolves outside your door, make you leave all that you love to fight a war, and never tell you what you're dying for. So darling, let the charmers leave the room, and just let them have that Nashville moon. I wanna know exactly who you are, then hang me in the Tulsa County stars. Just hang me in the Tulsa County stars.
We're going to do another pair of fiddle tunes here. I think they're both reels. One is Drowsy Maggie, which is probably everybody knows here. And then Keep It Up is the other one. You know, this is also another one where I kind of prove I'm a better violin player than Tom. You know, you noticed when we did our last set, we did a couple pair of fiddle tunes, and he had to drop his violin in the middle to switch to mandolin because he was so ashamed. So,
Yeah, that's exactly why I did it.
yeah. Anyone in here that's a guitar player knows that I'm really the one doing all the work. The fiddles are like, oh, look at us show off, but man, if they didn't have me.
So we've been hearing some of the most authentic roots music thanks to the Pickards. Is it the Pickards or Pickard? Pickard Mountain. Yeah, want to get it over. Although it was smart to get Pick in the name of your, that was a little punny, I thought. But we were put to shame when we didn't know the name Tom Paxton. In the folk world, he's one of the pioneers. But this is one of his big hits, Last Thing on My Mind. Oh, you haven't heard it yet. It's a lesson too late for the learning, made of sand, made of sand. In the wink of an eye, my soul is turned. In your hand, in your hand. So are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Could have loved you better, I didn't mean to be unkind. You know there was a last thing on my mind. Well, as I walk along, my thoughts come tumbling, round and around, round and round. Underneath my feet I hear the subways grumble. Oh, underground, underground. So are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better, I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. Well, you got a reason to plenty for going. This I know, this I know. For the weeds have been steadily growing. Oh, please don't go, please don't go. So are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better, I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. As I lie in my bed of the morning, without you, without you, every song in my breast dies a born. Without you, without you. So are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better, I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. I could have loved you better, I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind.
Great job, my special guests, 11 Brothers, here on the Voice of the Blue Ridge, WPAQ Saturday Morning Merry-Go-Round. Once again, broadcasting live from the stage of the Earl Theater here, home of the Old Time Music Heritage Hall. I believe the Earl feature this week is Elemental. That's a Disney film, and that'll be on later today, as well as this upcoming week, if I'm not mistaken. Also want to remind you folks that next week on the Merry-Go-Round we'll be featuring Amity Drive and the Lower Dam Band. And if you're familiar with Patrick County, you know what we mean by the lower dam. They got two dams, an upper dam and a lower dam. So there's nothing wrong with that name. It's just the lower dam band, okay? So just so you know, it's different spelling and all. So that's coming up next week. Right now, we'll send things back to you, Philip Adams, for a quick look at the weather, and then we'll be back with more music coming up on the merry-go-round right after this. Thank you so much, Philip Adams, and appreciate you once again, and appreciate the Lovin Brothers. They're playing down at the Flatiron in Greensboro tonight, so look up information about that, and I'm going to try to share it on our Facebook page, as well as be sure to remind you folks that this part of today's Saturday morning merry-go-round is brought to you by Mayberry Music Center. Mayberry Music Center, located right across the street here from the Earl, and locally owned and operated by the Easter family. And they'd like to invite you to stop in and check out their selection of acoustic as well as electric guitars. They've also got bass guitars, mandolins, fiddles, banjos, trumpets, saxophones, clarinets, flutes, and much, much more. And they specialize in the Blue Ridge guitar, and they're the authorized Blue Ridge guitar dealer here in the Mount Airy area. Always offering a $100 discount off the suggested retail price of their Blue Ridge guitars, and you'll usually find there some slightly used Blue Ridge guitars at a discounted price. And at Mayberry Music Center, you can also find all kinds of accessories for your instrument, as well as music lessons and instrument repair. And if you don't see what you're looking for, please ask them, because chances are they can have it for you in just a couple of days. And you'll usually find there also a great selection of bluegrass and bluegrass gospel CDs, including titles from the Easter Brothers, as well as the Primitive Quartet. Mayberry Music Center is open Monday through Friday from 9:30 to 4, and on Saturdays they're open from 9:30 to 3. Closed on Sunday, that is Mayberry Music Center, historic Main Street in downtown Mount Airy, bringing you this portion of today's Saturday morning merry-go-round. And please, when you stop by, ask them about the new Easter Brothers Museum that is over in the Flat Rock community, of course, where the Easter Brothers are from. It's close to the Miracle Waters Worship Center, and they're open on Saturdays, and they'd love for y'all to come and check it out. Right now, back to our special guest for part 2 of today's program, the Lovin' Brothers.
You all having a good time?
Yeah.
All right. I'm sure you guys know Woody Guthrie, but one thing he was famous for saying is a folk song is what's wrong and how to fix it.
Oh, yeah.
And I love that because he didn't stop at the what's wrong part. We all have no problem seeing that. It's the getting to how to fix it. That's a little trickier. Michael and I wrote this song shortly after the shooting at Mother Emanuel in Charleston. And we didn't want to just sweep that under the rug and act like it didn't happen. As soon as we forget history, we're bound to repeat it. And so we wanted to learn from that tragedy, but also to dedicate this to the heroes who gave their lives there. This is the Charleston Massacre. Thank you. We just recorded that song as well, and it will be coming out on all digital platforms as soon as we can release it. So if you follow us online, we're up on Instagram and Facebook. We'll keep you posted, let you know when that's happening. We're so excited to be releasing new music. It's been a pain. The good news is we were super busy, and we're too busy on the road to record. The bad news is we were too busy to record. And it's finally happening.
Well, speaking of new music, this is the opposite. This is a very, very old music we're about to play. It's an ancient Welsh air, dates back probably prior to the 1500s, because the music I found for it was written in figured bass. For any of you music nerds out there, dates back to the Baroque period, so it was probably transcribed around then. It's called Love is the Cause of My Mourning. And then we go into a pretty new fiddle tune that was written in the 60s, called Buddha Scary.
conclusion of today's extraordinary merry-go-round, if I do say so myself. Thank you once again so much to Pickard Mountain as well as the Levin Brothers. And we'll take a real quick break and let's go ahead and finish all our advertisements, Philip, if you don't mind right now, and then we'll come back with the conclusion of today's program. You're listening to the Saturday Morning Merry-Go-Round, voice of the Blue Ridge. Thank you so much, Philip. If you're just texting. I got texting on my mind because I told him I was going to text him. If you're just tuning in, Jenny, or just joining us, you've missed a great program, so go back and watch it on our YouTube channel, WPAQ radio station. We've got time for, I believe, one more tune. Thanks once again to Pickard Mountain. Also, thank you to our special guests, the Levin Brothers.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We're gonna the thing, Tommy waits to bring out his accordion to the last song. That way, we're sure that no one will stick around. But her name is Jeanette, the only female member of our band. And if you want to know why, you'll just have to talk to us afterwards.
Yeah, we also saved the weirdest title for last. This is called Music for Found Harmonium. And then we smashed a couple other tunes in there. Take Your Choice and Jackson.
You've been listening to the Saturday Morning Merry-Go-Round on the Voice of the Blue Ridge. Stay tuned for the condensed area obituaries, and then on with more great traditional music here on the Voice of the Blue Ridge. And our live coverage of the Surrey Old Time Fiddlers will begin at 3 o'clock. Until then, this is Jeannie Lowry signing off from another edition of the Saturday Morning Merry-Go-Round on the Voice of the Blue Ridge.